I want to welcome everybody to Three Questions With. My name is Derek Collins. I'm the Community Engagement Director for Concerned Veterans for America here in Northeast Florida. And today we have Nathan Anderson with us. He's the Executive Director of Concerned Veterans for America. Nathan, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
So, Nate, why don't you just tell us a little bit about your background, a little bit about CVA for those that are just joining us for the first time, and what you do with CVA.
You bet. Well, I'm an Army veteran for my Army brethren out there. I've done about 15 years in service, all of that time in Army Special Forces as a Green Beret. So part of that was active duty. Now I'm in the National Guard. And that's really, after getting out, what brought me into this line of work, dealing with veterans issues. Did a little bit of time working for the state of Minnesota, where I live, as a veterans advocate in the benefits space and also the policy space for state policy. And that's when I got connected with Concerned Vets for America. And so I've been with CVA now for about 7 years, just short of 7 years. Most of that time was involved in grassroots operations, the bulk of our work across the country. We have a permanent grassroots infrastructure in many states across the country, and that's really where I started. So I became very involved in orchestrating grassroots movements and initiatives and campaigns to put bottom-up pressure on policymakers to execute our mission. And for those folks who out there who don't know who CVA is, we are a veterans and military family organization, and our mission is to advocate for policy. We advocate for policies that defend the freedom and the prosperity that we and our families sacrificed for. So I always like to think about what we do as kind of a new mission for men and women who are getting out or who have hung up the uniform, but they want to continue to serve because they feel passionately about doing the right thing for the future of our country. And that's what our organization does.
All right, thank you. Hey, so that's great. So the reason why I asked here today is, the segment's called Three Questions With. So I have three questions, so that way we can dig a little bit deeper into you and what CVA does. So the first question is there are many veterans that don't use the VA healthcare system in this country. So why should a veteran that doesn't use VA healthcare be concerned with what happens with VA healthcare?
That's a good question for us to consider as a society, really. I would start by saying that advocating for veterans and taking care of them is just the right thing to do. I think a lot of us would agree that veterans eligible for VA benefits or VA healthcare have earned those benefits that are available to them. The reason we provide care for veterans is that they served our nation, and a lot of them, in some cases, sacrificed during that service. Many of them carry wounds or injuries or various health conditions that they're going to live with the rest of their lives. And we need to care for them. It's the right thing to do. A step beyond that, though, it's in our national interests to do the right thing for these men and women who serve our country. And I say that because we have to remember that we have an all-volunteer force in the United States. Our military is an all-volunteer force. Love of country, duty, those are strong motivators, but we need to incentivize our service members to join and to stay in. That's why they make a paycheck, right? Because I think a lot of those individuals, as much as they may want to serve, they can't do it for free. They have families to take care of. And on the back end, we tell a young recruit that we're going to care for them if the unthinkable ever happens in service on the battlefield. And it's really important for us to follow through and provide that care that's worthy of the sacrifice that they make in our interests. The risk, if we fail to deliver on our promise, is that we lose faith with that population, that very small population that we rely on. We would be sending a signal to future generations that they may or may not get what's promised to them when they get back. And so as our nation continues to fight wars in the Middle East that seem to have no real end in sight, we don't want recruits to feel like they're going to take a high risk gamble by signing up to join our service. So it's really in our national interest to take care for these men and women, and it's the right thing to do.
It really sounds like, for somebody like me that doesn't use the VA, that my responsibility is to help my brothers and sisters that do have to use it, to help them, so I'm not leaving them behind as well. So
absolutely.
So question 2 is, what we do is with CVAs, it's kind of different than what a lot of veterans organizations do, since we focus on policy. So why should, if you're a leader of a veteran organization or a member of another veteran organization, why should you partner with CVA and work with us on these issues?
Also a good question. So I'd start off by saying that CVA is unique from a lot of other organizations, and even veterans organizations, veterans groups, in the way that we operate. First, our mission. We're an advocacy organization for policy. We advocate for policy that preserves American freedom and prosperity. So our mission is a little bit different from many organizations that are made up of veterans and military families. But secondly, we don't have members. We have volunteers. We have what we like to call social entrepreneurs, people who want to make a difference either nationally or in their community or both. And so that's the type of organization that we are. It's a little bit different. And what we found is that veterans, their families, they respond very positively to being offered that mission of changing the world that they live in. In fact, that's what drew me to the organization almost 7 years ago, is that sense of purpose and mission. And so to answer your question a little bit more about why other organizations should partner with us, we know full well that we can't make progress on the issues that we take on without other people. We take on some pretty big challenges in the policy space. If you think about our work, we're trying to rethink the way that we deliver healthcare to veterans in the 21st century. That's pretty big. We're challenging the status quo of our foreign policy that's kept us engaged in the Middle East for almost 20 years and at a very high cost. That's a pretty big task. We cannot do these things alone. We know that full well. And so we're constantly on the lookout for those who are going to be willing to stand with us and fight for those changes. And I think last, we operate with mutual benefit in mind. We don't want to steal members. We want to attract more people to be part of your organization, to be part of our organization, and raise all ships, if you will. And because of all of that, we're big believers in what we call, broad, nonpartisan coalitions and partnerships. That's our strategy.
That's great. And so finally, last question is, so the folks that are watching this now, will be watching in the future, what can they do right now to get involved with this?
Right now? Well, the first thing that I would encourage people to do is follow our national social media accounts. On Twitter, we're at Concerned Vets. On Facebook, you can find us, just type in Concerned Veterans for America, and we will pop up. Follow us, share our content, like our content, interact with us. That's where we live right now. And I know a lot of us are sitting at home online every day, because that's the way we interact with folks right now. So follow and interact with our national social media accounts. If you fall into the boat where you're kind of unsure and you just want to learn a little bit more about Concerned Vets for America, you can go to our website and read about what we do. You can sign up for our daily Frago email and get curated news delivered to you every single day. It's a great source of news, the right news that you might be interested in if you're a veteran or if you're in the military community. And you can also check out our blog. It's called The Overwatch. It's a great material that we put out on a regular basis. And if you feel compelled to stand with us, and as we're fighting for these better policies, you can actually go to our action center, which is on our website, and you can take action right from your mobile device, right from your laptop, wherever you are, and help us to make a difference, whether that's ending our endless wars in the Middle East, whether that's defending healthcare choice for veterans, which is something that's kind of in question right now. as the VA deals with the COVID-19 pandemic, or cutting our massive national debt, which is a massive national security threat in the long run. You can take action right now and make a difference. But more on a grassroots level, sort of a local level, if you're really ready to roll up your sleeves, get stuff done, in either Florida or another state, I'd encourage you to sign up to volunteer on our website. And if you want to get connected to a local community, just reach out to our grassroots staff through the many local Facebook groups that are out there. That's how we're organizing right now, local Facebook groups. So check those out.
Thank you. And I know as an engagement director, I appreciate that the more people that reach out that want to get involved, we really make it so easy for people to get involved, but involved in such a way that, it seems like it's a small upfront cost of time, but the impact that comes from it is huge. So I appreciate that. But Nate, thank you for being with us today. We're going to put some links down below to some of these resources. And, I just thank you for being the first guest on Three Questions With. So how did you enjoy your experience?
It's an honor. This is good. I think we're living in a digital world right now. And so it's exciting to use these tools to reach people wherever they are and get our message out and hopefully hear back from them. So it's exciting. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you very much, Nate. And you have a good day. And to the viewers out there, I hope you guys have a great day. You found this useful. Please, check us out more. If you have any questions, please leave them below or direct message them over to us, and we will get the answers for you. So y'all have a great day.